It's the eve of one of the biggest celebrations, Christmas, a time of good cheer, good food, and good vibes. And it's also a time for Christians to reflect on the birth of Jesus Christ. Now, if you want to keep the positive vibes going, you must continue to practice the established safety protocols, washing or sanitizing hands, wearing masks, maintaining physical distance, and staying home if you are sick. Hello and welcome to Jamaica Magazine. I am Adrian Atkinson. Today's program is all about your safety and a little extra. Stay with us.
Agriculture is critical to Jamaica's future. And while we battle COVID-19, the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries continues to help our farmers and fisherfolk recover. We will focus on ensuring that Jamaica is food secure, expanding into new export markets, and building sustainable industries. We are building forward together.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, December 24. Government is emphasizing that curfew orders over the holiday season, particularly on December 31 and January 1, will be strictly enforced. On Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and New Year's Eve, the national curfew remains 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. the following day. However, the New Year's Day curfew will start at 7 p.m., ending 5 a.m. on January 2. To curtail an increase in COVID-19 cases in Westmoreland, that parish has tighter curfew hours on Christmas, Boxing Day, and New Year's Eve, starting from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. the next day. The Office of the Prime Minister has stressed that the curfew orders will be strictly enforced for all sectors of society, advising that church services should be held in observance of the curfew. However, the Prime Minister says special allowance will be made for pastors, musicians, and technical leaders who deal with streaming to be on the road after curfew hours to facilitate the live streaming of watch night services. Congregants are reminded to remain home during the curfew hours and view watch night services on the platforms made available by their respective churches. In addition, tonight's grand market activities across all parishes must end before the start of the 10 p.m. curfew, except for Westmoreland and Hanover, for which grand market has been prohibited under the disaster risk management orders. The Ministry of Labour and Social Security is meanwhile reminding the public that Monday, December 28 will be a regular workday, as Boxing Day will be celebrated on Saturday, December 26. Monday, January 4 is also a regular workday. The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF is reminding citizens that the staging of fireworks is illegal without a permit. Head of the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, Senior Superintendent of Police Gary McKenzie, says no permits are being granted for large-scale fireworks this year. The decision is based on entertainment restrictions that are in place due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
We expect that persons will conform the use of firecrackers. Those are illegal. The police will check, and if you are found with it, then you will be prosecuted for the offense.
SSP McKenzie explains that activating, discharging, or throwing firecrackers in public spaces is illegal under Section 3 of the Towns and Communities Act. By law, a permit is required to import pyrotechnic items such as firecrackers and fireworks, and persons trading these goods must have this license. Permits for fireworks are usually granted by the JCF in collaboration with the Jamaica Fire Brigade, the Health Department, and the Municipal Corporation. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is confirming that 20 passengers who arrived from the UK on Monday have tested positive for COVID-19. These persons, along with 4 close contacts, are now in state isolation and will be monitored until they are recovered. The ministry says the 20 positive samples will be sent to the Caribbean Public Health Agency for genetic assessment to determine if they are of the variant strain of COVID-19. In the meantime, the results of 2 passengers are still pending, while 267 travelers who tested negative were transferred from state quarantine to complete their mandatory 14-day quarantine at home. They will be fitted with an armband and closely monitored by the parish health team and the Jamaica Constabulary Force. A firm reminder is being issued to family members to adhere to the infection prevention and control measures when picking up their family members. The same should be practiced during the mandatory 14-day quarantine period, as persons may develop symptoms during that time and transmit the virus to others. The Ministry of Health is also appealing to persons in home quarantine who develop symptoms to immediately contact the Ministry's 888 One Love number, that's 888-663-5683, or their parish health department. As at December 23, the country recorded 96 new confirmed cases, pushing the overall total to 12,519. Of that number, 2,493 are active cases and 9,579 are recoveries. Healthcare workers will be celebrated and recognized with a Christmas Day concert. Dubbed Together Apart, the concert will be aired on Friday, December 25 at 3 p.m. It will also be streamed live on the Ministry of Health and Wellness's social media pages. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the Together Apart concert is one of the many measures being used to thank and celebrate the island's health heroes who give sterling service in managing the COVID-19 pandemic. Healthcare workers and members of the public can look forward to performances from Carleen Davis, the Wolmer's Girls Dance Troupe, and many others. Special tributes from Prime Minister Andrew Holness and entertainers including Sean Paul, Shensia, and Ding Dong will also be part of the concert. As of January 2021, the National Housing Trust (NHT) will only be accepting applications for contribution refunds online. The NHT says the move is part of efforts to keep customers and staff safe amid the pandemic. Contributors may apply for their refunds by logging on to nht.gov.jm or downloading its mobile app. To apply, contributors will need their national insurance scheme and tax registration numbers, a valid ID, and the registered names of the companies at which they worked and the years worked. Persons seeking further assistance may use the web chat feature on the NHT's website, email wecare@nht.gov.jm, or call 876-929-6500 or 888-225-5648. And finally, the winners of the JIS Heritage Competition were announced at a virtual awards ceremony recently. 10-year-old Amani Schroeder from Morgan's Pass Primary took the top prize in the essay category. Akishma Payne from Hampton High was the winner of the poster component, while the photo contest was won by Olivia Gordon of DeMico University. This year marks the 10th staging of the event, and Chief Executive Officer of the JIS, Donna Rowe, says that as the competition grows, it not only educates students about the history of Jamaica, but also aids in their personal development.
Team JIS pledges to continue to do our part in raising a thinking generation.
Guest speaker at this year's awards ceremony, Prime Minister Andrew Holness commended the JIS for using the medium to engage the youth in national dialogue.
This competition plays an important role in encouraging students to think about national issues and to express their ideas about what our heritage and identity mean to us and where we are heading as a nation.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
My message to Jamaica as we enter into the festive season, that is what we want to make it festive. We are somewhat tired of seeing persons just killing each other. We want to see a reduction in the violence. Now is the time for love. Remember, the reason for the season is about love, it's about giving, it's about sharing and caring for each other. So we want to have a season where we see less murder, less shooting, less robbery, less violence among each other. And as we go through the season, we want to be mindful that we are contending with a pandemic, COVID-19. There are a number of restrictions out there that are governed by the Disaster Risk Management Act. I urge my fellow citizens to work with your community, work with the police, so that we don't have a spread. I understand that people want to go about your normal routine. I know you want to have the recreation, you want to have the parties. So let us just conform and see how best we can reduce the spread. So come 2021, we can get back on with our lives as per usual. So I look forward to a wonderful Christmas, and I wish for you and your entire family a safe and holy season. God bless you all.
As we approach the Christmas weekend, here are a few ways to celebrate with your family while being apart.
Christmas activity typically we know we have the family and friends gathering to have fun, but this also increases our chances of getting or spreading COVID-19. And the safest way at this time, because we're experiencing this pandemic, is to celebrate Christmas with people within our own households. So if you do plan to spend Christmas with people outside of your household, we really do need to take steps to make sure that is a safe activity. So we need to be wearing our masks at all times, except when you're going to eat or have something to drink. So even if we're coming together, we need to be wearing our masks. We need to make sure we're keeping and maintaining the physical distance of 6 feet, especially when it is that we're interacting with persons who don't live within our own households. And make sure we have the mask on while we're speaking and not removing it, like putting it underneath the chin or taking it off completely when we're talking and interacting with other persons. Making sure that we're washing our hands as well, or sanitizing with our alcohol-based hand sanitizers, especially when it is that soap or soap and water are not available for us to use at that point in time. And we also need to be aware of the measures that are currently in our Disaster Risk Management Act. So adhere to all the COVID-19 protocols that have been set. For example, the curfew limits, the limits in terms of the numbers for social gatherings, etc. What activities can you safely participate in during the Christmas season? Host a virtual Christmas meal with friends and family who don't live within your household. And then you set up your TV or your laptop or your tablet and have a virtual sit-down dinner. Have people share the recipes and the dishes. So normally sometimes you have this whole potluck where it is you ask your friends and family to bring dishes over. You can still do that by sharing recipes and so on, and so we can all enjoy together the Christmas meal. When you're hosting and gathering, if it is that you choose to do so, have a small outdoor gathering. If gathering inside it's going to be inside, make sure your windows are open so you increase the ventilation. Limit the number of guests, so make sure you are aware of what it is stipulated in the Disaster Risk Management Act, which changes from time to time. Clean and disinfect high-touch surfaces and items before you use them. Make sure you limit the number of people in the food preparation area so it's not a crowded space. Have your guests bring their own food and drink. And if you're sharing food, have one person share food and use single-use options in terms of your utensils and the things that you're using to serve.
The Jamaica Information Service recently hosted its made-for-television version of the JIS Heritage Competition. If you missed the full-length program, don't worry, we've got the highlights.
It's been quite a tumultuous year. We as a people have endured much change, but it is nice to know that some things always remain the same. The shine of our history and the lessons we can learn from them cannot be dimmed by COVID-19. And though we're coming to you in a slightly different format this year, the Jamaica Information Service also remains unchanged in its mission to promote Jamaican heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, viewers all, welcome to the annual JIS Heritage Awards ceremony, the virtual edition. I'm your host, Theodore Henry. This year is particularly special. The competition turns 10, and on this special number 10, we invited students to ponder through pen, paint, pencil, digital graphics, and camera the theme, I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace. The essay writers were asked to identify one Jamaican from our past or institution that exemplifies this statement for a national pledge and say why. As always, our bright stars from right across Jamaica rose to the challenge and produced beautiful and thought-provoking pieces that certainly made choosing only one winner in each category a serious challenge. But right now, our Chief Executive Officer, Mrs. Donna Rowe, opens the ceremony with the history and highlights of the Heritage Competition.
At JIS, we are serious about our mission to inform the public about the growth and development of Jamaica. We want to engage you, the students, in discussions about our country, our history, and our future. We believe the national discussions should not be done over your heads. Rather, they should involve you by giving you a seat at the table to allow you to help to determine the kind of future you will experience right here in Jamaica. In closing, Team JIS pledges to continue to do our part in raising a thinking generation. As we mark 10 years of the Heritage Awards, we salute our children, parents, teachers, caregivers, guardians, and the strong family-oriented communities who have encouraged the students to enter their best work. Thanks for supporting them. We look forward to showcasing the talent of our young people next year and in the years to come. God bless you.
Our Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, has made some time in his busy schedule to deliver this ceremony's keynote address. We welcome him now.
It is my great pleasure to congratulate the Jamaica Information Service on their wonderful heritage competition, which is now in its 10th staging. This competition plays an important role in encouraging students to think about national issues and to express their ideas about what our heritage and identity mean to us and where we are heading as a nation.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, viewers all, we arrive at the moment you have all been waiting for, the winners in each category of the 10th JIS Heritage Competition. We'll begin with the essay segment. Students across Jamaica at the primary level were asked to write a 400 to 500 word essay on the topic given. Their submissions were judged based on relevance to the topic, originality, accuracy and analysis of research data, writing style, and language skills. Our third place champion for the JIS Heritage Competition essay category is Kalexia Harrison of the Bermondsey Primary School. Kalexia receives a plaque and gift basket from the National Baking Company Limited, a $5,000 cash prize courtesy of JIS, and a trophy. Thank you and congratulations, Kalexia. Our second place champion in the Heritage Essay Competition is Terrick Brown of the Chetwood Memorial Primary School. Terrick receives a plaque and gift basket courtesy of National Baking Company Limited, a $10,000 cash prize courtesy of JIS, a tablet from Innovative Corporate Solutions, and a trophy. Congratulations and good job, Terrick. And now, from the parish of Clarendon and the Morgan's Pass Primary School, our first place champion and winner of the essay competition is Amani Schroeder. 10-year-old Amani will receive a plaque and a gift basket from the National Baking Company Limited, a $15,000 cash prize courtesy of JIS, a smartphone and the credit to go along with it from Digicel, a weekend for 4 at the Franklin D Resort, and a trophy. Well done. Congratulations, Amani. Let's get a reaction from our winner.
How does it feel, Amani?
It feels awesome. Yeah.
Why did you choose Marcus Garvey?
I chose Marcus Garvey because he decided to stand up for black people and teach them to know more about their identity.
Teach them to know more about their identities. Thank you so much, Amani, and all the best. What would you like to become in the future?
I'd like to become a lawyer.
A lawyer. All the best, Amani.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now going into the poster segment. Students across Jamaica at the secondary level, that's high school, were asked to illustrate or graphically design a poster based on this year's theme. Our third place winner in the JIS Heritage Competition poster category is Kimala Roberts of the Arden High School. Kimala wins a plaque and gift basket courtesy of Grace, a $5,000 cash prize courtesy of the JIS, and a trophy. Congratulations, Kimala. Our second place winner in the Heritage Poster Competition is Curtis Cledden, all the way from Cornwall College. Curtis receives a plaque and gift basket courtesy of Grace, a $10,000 cash prize from JIS, and a trophy. Again, well done, Curtis. And now our first place winner of the poster competition for this year comes to us from St. Elizabeth, and that is Akishma Payne of the Hampton School. Akishma walks away with a plaque and gift basket from Grace, a $15,000 cash prize from JIS, a smartphone and credit from Digicel, a course in graphic design from CPTC MTI, and of course, her very own trophy. Well done and congratulations, Akishma. Let's now have a chat with Akishma.
Congratulations, Akishma.
Thank you.
What is the importance of competitions like these?
Competitions, for me, it's not about the prize, it's just how much it can show my potential. So I love to be able to have that challenge, to know where I am, because art is more of a hobby for me, so I like to know that I still have my skills.
All right, thank you and all the best in your endeavors.
We're now going into our final segment, and that's photography. Students at the tertiary level were asked to submit a photograph of their interpretation of this year's theme. Their submissions were judged based on their understanding of the topic, the originality, the composition, the technique, and the impact of the photograph. Our third place winner in the JIS Heritage Competition photo category is Ismore Gordon of the University of the West Indies. Ismore receives a plaque and gift basket courtesy of JIS, a $10,000 cash prize also from the JIS, and a trophy. Well done, Ismore. Our second place winner hailing from the Mico University College is Yoni Gordon. Yoni takes home a plaque and gift basket from the JIS, Sunday lunch for 2 at Boone Hall Oasis, a $10,000 cash prize from JIS, and his own trophy. Congratulations, Yoni. And now our first place winner of the photo competition is Olivia Gordon from the Mico University College. Olivia has won a plaque and gift basket courtesy of the JIS, a smartphone and credit from Digicel, a $20,000 cash prize from JIS, 1 free undergraduate course courtesy of Carimac, and her own trophy. Excellent work, Olivia, and well deserved.
Olivia, why did you decide to enter the competition?
Well, it's the first time I'm entering a public competition, and after reading about the theme, I thought this was my way of giving my input so that others could hear what I have to say.
This is your first time and you won on your first go.
Yes, I did.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And on that high note, the 10th staging of the JIS Heritage Competition is over. Congratulations to all our finalists and winners. A big thank you to our sponsors.
COVID-19 is still here. Think twice before you touch the road.
Turn on your yard and feel the vibes.
Yes, enjoy, have fun, but remember, do it responsibly. Stay home, wear your mask, sanitize, keep your distance.
An important message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
This is where our journey ends, but only for today. Do join us again tomorrow when we'll bring you another informative program. In the meantime, please stay connected via our website, jis.gov.jm. And while you're online, send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or via tweet at JIS News. You may also find us on all the social media platforms and through our mobile app that's Android and iOS compatible. On behalf of the entire production crew, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.